If you have a mortgage and an overwhelming amount of credit card debt or other bills, then you're going to want to watch this video. No slideshow, no PowerPoint today. I'm just going to tell you about my client and new friend Janice, and we're going to kind of go over her situation. And she was in real tough shape, but fortunately, she saw one of these YouTube videos. She called me. We went over her situation and her family and her needs, and in the end, we were able to help her. And now Janice is, as they say, Janice is sitting pretty. But before that, if you want to ever reach out to me and see if a reverse mortgage can work for you or not, my name is Jason Eichmiller. I run this channel, Reverse Mortgage Reality and Key Home Lending. Been doing these reverses since 2008, and I've helped a little bit over 450, probably getting to about 480 seniors learn about and do them. My contact information, it's flashing below. So if you'd like to get in touch with me, you can call me on the 888 number. It's below. You can email me, jason@keyhomelending.com, or you can go to www.reversequotes.com and you can put in your information and we can schedule a time to talk. Final thing is, if you want to see actual client testimonials, I've got a ton of them on that website, reversequotes.com. All right, let's talk more. Enough about me and how to reach me. You see my information. Let's talk about Janice and her situation and how we used a reverse mortgage. Just this tool, reverse is really, it's just a tool, but how we used a reverse to help Janice. So a little bit of background. Janice is a widow, but she's a relatively young widow, about 70 years young. And she had a pretty valuable house. It was sitting at $1.2 million. She had a mortgage of about $306,000, and she had credit cards. And what were her credit cards? They were about $70,000. She also, Janice isn't somebody who, I don't know if you hear people erroneously, they're wrong when they say this, but they say that reverse mortgages are last resort solutions, which makes no sense. Janice wasn't a last resort person. She's got some money in her piggy bank. She has investments, but Janice was taking quite a bit of money out of her investments to pay the mortgage and pay the bills and keep everything afloat. So here's kind of a breakdown. Here are the stats here. Janice's mortgage, just the principal and interest, it costs $2,763 a month. Her credit cards, those $70,000, her minimum payments were $2,116 a month. That's almost $5,000, just about $5,000 there of mortgage and credit cards. Forget about property taxes. Forget about homeowners insurance. Forget about grocery bill. Forget about turning the lights on and the gas and everything that you need to live. Just the mortgage and the credit cards were $5,000. Well, Janice had a decent amount of Social Security income coming in. She made about $2,100 in Social Security, which is actually kind of okay. There's a lot of people worse. There's a few people better. But she had such an overwhelming shortfall every single month, at the end of the month. So she is literally taking about a little less than $5,000 a month every single month out of her reserves, out of her investments. And by the way, her savings was basically cooked at this point in time. She was taking money out of her 401k. A couple other investments too that she had. But her 401k, when you take money, and you understand this if you have investment accounts, when you take money out of your 401k, not only do you take the money itself, but you also get taxed on top of it. So that balance, it dwindles quite quickly. Wiser man than I is actually called a 401k. I think it's so smart. He called it the government's retirement plan. Because yes, you're getting all this growth with 401ks, but then the government's getting all these taxes at the very end. So not a great thing. Better than having nothing. But what we had to do is we had to preserve her 401k so that it wasn't going to run out before she turned 80. Because longevity runs in her family members. These are all the questions I get into with people when we talk about this stuff. Her family members lived into their 90s, one hit 100. So for Janice, she was not, and Janice is healthy, she's active, she's just really like, she's just hurting very, very badly in the fact that she's draining all of her retirement money and she's draining it fast. So we needed to do something to make sure that she could live in her home for the rest of her life and she wouldn't have to worry about her money running out. That is what she told me when I asked, say, hey, what do you need this reverse mortgage to do for you to help? What's going to make life better? She said, Jason, sometimes I wake up at night and I just think of my retirement account dwindling and dwindling and dwindling, and I can't get back to sleep. So I'm a sleep doctor in this case. I had to do the reverse so that she could sleep well at night and she could lift that weight off of her shoulders. So okay, enough about her background. Here's what we did to help Janice. So again, house appraised at about 1.2 million. She owed 306. So the first thing that we did with the reverse, and we do this in every single aspect with every single reverse, is we paid off the mortgage. Bam, immediately. So that means 2763 is back in Janice's piggy bank every single month. But then that wasn't enough. I mean, that in itself, that helps, and that will, if the reverse didn't do anything besides pay off her mortgage, it would put her into a better situation because she'd still be draining her investments, but she wouldn't be draining it as hard. So she'd live longer without having to take them. But as the great Billy Mays. Billy Mays was an old Olympic 10,000 meter runner from the 1960s. Billy Mays, as he said, he was the internet pitch man. Did he do ShamWow or is that somebody else? Anyway, he said in his commercials, but wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. So here's what the reverse also did for Janice. It gave her about $105,000 of extra money. Now, Janice's credit cards, remember the $2,116 a month after month after month minimum payments that, by the way, she would never pay it off. What we did was we took $70,000 and we paid off her credit cards. So now she's not making a mortgage payment. $2763 back in her pocket. Her credit cards are at zero. I told her to close a few of them. Now you might think differently than me, but I didn't want her to I wanted her to keep a couple open as just in cases, but I wanted her to close the majority of them just so she wouldn't get like the inkling to go back out and spend again. So no offense, Janice, but her spending habits weren't the greatest in the world. So we got rid of the $21.16 a month in credit cards, so she saved a little bit over $5,000, which means that her, again, what I talked about before, her money is staying in her 401k. Yeah, she'll take some out, and you should take some out. I mean, it's what it's meant to do, and then she's going to have RMDs and all that jazz too. So she's going to take money out of her 401k, but I don't want her to have to take too much of her money out of her 401k, and this saves her. And now Billy Mays goes in, but wait, there's more. So the last part of this reverse mortgage puzzle is, if you remember, her credit cards were $70,000, and the reverse gave her an extra $105,000. So what's 105 minus 70, right? That's $35,000. So she didn't need the money right away though. So she's pretty okay. She didn't need to transfer that extra $35,000 into her piggy bank. She could leave it in the reverse. And here's where it just gets so powerful. So that extra $35,000, it's actually sitting in the reverse mortgage line of credit. She still hasn't taken it, hasn't touched it, doesn't want to unless she really needs to. But that line of credit, that $35,000, is growing. And it is going to grow, as they say, forever and ever, amen. It's going to grow for the rest of her life. Forever. As long as there's money in that line of credit is going to grow. It's going to grow tax-free. So difference between a reverse mortgage line of credit and a 401k is when you take money out of the 401k, you're getting taxed on it. When you take money out of the reverse mortgage line of credit, you don't incur any taxes. And that's because, and by the way, I'm not a CPA, so you should always chat with a CPA about accounting issues. But the reason why she's not getting taxed on the money she gets out of the reverse line of credit is because she's borrowing the money. And when she passes away, the house will go to her kids, and her kids will sell the house to pay the reverse back, and the money she owes gets paid back, and the kids get the rest. And thus she's borrowing the money, it gets paid back eventually. And that's why with any reverse mortgage money, any mortgage cash out mortgage money, any HELOC money, you're never getting taxed on the money that you get. So that's kind of an aside, but she's not getting taxed on it. It's going to be there forever. And the growth equals the interest rate. So right now, yes, interest rates are higher. We all know that. We understand it. She's getting a little bit over 7% annual growth on the money that she has in her line of credit. It's pretty neat. It's safe too. It's not going to, if the market drops, the growth doesn't go away. Now, if the growth goes down if the interest rates go down from 7 to 6%, then she's only getting 6% on her money. Oh, wow. But it's still great. 6% is still pretty okay. And she didn't have to invest any money. It was just the extra money sitting there that she didn't need right away. We put into the reverse mortgage line of credit. So Janice, again, circling back to her and how Janice wasn't sleeping very well at night. Janice, she's doing awesome. She's doing so good. She calls me. She emails me. She sends me texts. Hey, how's Florida going? How are you doing? How hot is it in the summer? I'm like, pretty hot, Janice. Pretty hot. But Janice is sleeping well. Janice is okay. Janice knows that she does have to keep her spending down, right? She's part of this, so she can't go out and go crazy. I just beg of her, like, please, Janice, please, just don't touch the credit cards anymore. Only on what you need. But Janice is going to be okay, and she knows that she's not going to outlive her 401k. So I feel blessed to have known her. I feel blessed to have her seen one of these videos, and she had, even though, and I see this a lot psychologically, when you're not doing well and you're stressed out, you tend to freeze. You have the deer in the headlights kind of mentality. And she was sort of like that, but she said, I'm going to make a call. I'm going to talk to this guy, and we'll see if he can help me. And I mean, thank God that she did. Her whole life, her whole future has changed. Not not about me. I'm not saying this is me at all. It's just this tool, this reverse mortgage program that we were able to craft in the right way so that she had the money to pay off the credit cards, so that she got the extra money in her line of credit, and we got rid of that $27.63 in that mortgage payment. So, job well done. I'm very, very, very happy that we were able to help Janice. Now for you, if you're in a situation, doesn't have to be exactly like Janice. It's probably not. You're probably not her age. You probably don't have the same amount you don't have the same home value or mortgage or credit cards or anything like that. Maybe your needs are a little bit different. But if you'd like to just chat and see if a reverse mortgage could help you, see what it can do for you. How can it help? Can it help? Not everybody can qualify for a reverse, unfortunately. But if you want to ask questions, then feel free to get in touch with me. Again, my name is Jason Eichmiller. My phone number is area code 888-309-9705. My email is jason@keyhomelending.com. Website is reverse quotes, Quotes, so reverse quotes in plural.com. Reach out to me however you want, phone, email, website. Can't smoke signal me though. I probably won't see it unless you're next door. So feel free to reach out. Listen, I will do my very, very, very best for you. All right. Take care and hope to talk soon.